The Hound of the Baskervilles, published in 1902, is one of the most famous and beloved stories in the Sherlock Holmes canon. It is a masterful blend of detective fiction and Gothic horror, set against the eerie backdrop of the Devonshire moors. The novel is rich in suspense, with atmospheric descriptions of the moors, intriguing characters, and a gripping mystery that showcases Holmes's deductive genius. The novel is also one of the most famous Sherlock Holmes adventures, blending mystery, suspense, and supernatural elements. The story revolves around the Baskerville family, who are said to be cursed by a spectral hound. When Sir Charles Baskerville is found dead under mysterious circumstances, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. John Watson are called upon to protect the heir, Sir Henry Baskerville, and uncover the truth behind the legend. The Baskerville Curse. The novel opens with Dr. James Mortimer visiting Holmes and Watson at 221B, Baker Street. Mortimer brings a manuscript that recounts the Baskerville legend. Centuries ago, Hugo Baskerville, a debauched and cruel man, kidnapped a young woman. As she escaped across the moors, Hugo pursued her, only to be killed by a gigantic, spectral hound. Since then, the Baskerville family is believed to be cursed, with the hound appearing before the untimely deaths of family members. Mortimer explains that Sir Charles Baskerville, the most recent head of the family, was found dead on the grounds of Baskerville Hall. Though his death was attributed to a heart attack, Mortimer is convinced that Sir Charles's fear of the hound played a role. Now, Sir Henry Baskerville, the heir to the estate, has arrived from Canada, and Mortimer fears for his safety. The investigation begins. Holmes agrees to take the case, but decides to remain in London initially, sending Watson to accompany Sir Henry to Baskerville Hall. Before their departure, Sir Henry receives an anonymous warning to stay away from the moors. Additionally, one of his boots goes missing, only to be mysteriously returned later. In Devonshire, Watson observes the eerie atmosphere of Baskerville Hall and its surroundings. The moors are desolate and treacherous, shrouded in mist and dotted with dangerous bogs. Watson meets the residents of the area, including the naturalist Stapleton and his sister, Beryl, who warns Watson to take Sir Henry away from Baskerville Hall. Other characters include the servants Barrymore and his wife, whose strange behavior raises suspicions, and a local convict named Selden, who has escaped from nearby Dartmoor prison and is hiding on the moors. Clues and suspense. Watson's letters to Holmes detail his observations and growing unease. He learns that the Barrymores are aiding Selden, who is Mrs. Barrymore's brother. Watson also discovers evidence suggesting that someone other than Selden is secretly living on the moors. Meanwhile, Stapleton's relationship with his sister appears controlling and sinister, further deepening the mystery. One night, Watson hears the chilling howl of a hound across the moors, reinforcing the legend's grip on the Baskerville family. Despite his skepticism, Watson begins to fear that the hound might be real. His investigation reveals that Sir Charles had been waiting at the moor gate on the night of his death, possibly to meet someone. Holmes's return. Watson eventually discovers that Holmes has been secretly staying on the moors, conducting his investigation. Holmes reveals that he suspects Stapleton is behind the events. Stapleton is actually a distant Baskerville relative who stands to inherit the estate if Sir Henry dies. Holmes deduces that Stapleton has been using the legend of the Hound to terrorize the Baskervilles and has trained a large, vicious dog to carry out his plan. Holmes and Watson devise a plan to catch Stapleton in the act. They invite Sir Henry to dine at Stapleton's house and encourage him to walk home across the moors, knowing that Stapleton will likely strike. The climactic chase. As Sir Henry walks across the moors, the monstrous hound attacks him. Holmes and Watson, lying in wait, shoot the hound, killing it. They discover that the animal had been coated in phosphorus to make it glow in the dark, enhancing its terrifying appearance. Sir Henry survives the attack but is deeply shaken. Holmes and Watson confront Stapleton, who flees into the moors. In the ensuing chase, Stapleton becomes lost in the Grimpen Mire, a treacherous bog, and is presumed dead. The case is solved, and Sir Henry is safe, though the ordeal leaves him physically and emotionally drained. Themes and legacy. The Hound of the Baskervilles explores themes of fear, rationality, and the clash between science and superstition. Holmes's logical approach to solving the mystery contrasts sharply with the supernatural elements of the Baskerville legend. The novel also delves into human greed and ambition, as Stapleton's ruthless pursuit of the Baskerville fortune drives the plot. The atmospheric setting of the Devonshire moors plays a crucial role in the story, heightening the sense of danger and isolation. Conan Doyle's vivid descriptions of the landscape create a backdrop that is both beautiful and menacing, reflecting the duality of the novel's themes.